judicial system
didn't
has
want to hear
inflicted
the voices of the people in the White House.
happening to us. So America would never do a thing like this to us.
In November 1872, Susan B. Anthony was one of 14 women who defied the law to cast a ballot in the presidential election. Anthony was arrested for, quote, knowingly voting without having a lawful right to vote. And on June 18, 1873, she was found guilty. The next day, when her lawyer appealed the verdict, she addressed the court in response to a question from the judge, Ward Hunt.
Ms. Anthony, has the prisoner anything to say why sentence shall not be pronounced?
Yes, Your Honor, I have many things to say. I have been found guilty of knowingly voting without the lawful right. With this verdict, you have trampled every vital principle of our government. Robbed of this fundamental privilege of citizenship, I am degraded from the status of a citizen to that of a subject. Not only myself, but all of my sex, by Your Honor's verdict, are doomed to political subjection.
The court cannot listen to a rehearsal of argument which the prisoner's counsel has already consumed 3 hours in presenting.
May it please, Your Honor, I am simply stating the reasons why sentence cannot in justice be pronounced against me. Your denial of my citizen's right to vote is the denial of my right of consent as one of the governed, the denial of my right of representation as one of the taxed, and the denial of my right to a trial by
Court cannot allow the prisoner to go on.
May it please the court to remember that since the day of my arrest, this is the first time that either myself or any person of my disfranchised class has been allowed a word of defense in front of a judge or a jury.
The prisoner has been tried according to the established forms of law.
Yes, Your Honor, but forms of law all made by men, interpreted by men, administered by men, in favor of men and against women.
The sentence of the court is that you pay a fine of $100 and the costs of the prosecution.
May it please the court, I will never pay $1 of your unjust penalty. All I possess is a debt of $10,000 incurred by publishing my paper, The Revolution, the sole object of which was to educate all women to do precisely as I have done, rebel against your unjust, unconstitutional forms of law, which tax, fine, imprison, and hang women, while denying them the right of representation. I will work on with might and main to pay every dollar of that honest debt, but not a penny shall go to this unjust claim. I shall persistently continue to urge all women to the practical recognition of the old revolutionary maxim, resistance to tyranny is obedience to God.